Hello everyone, I'm Netra. This is the presentation made by my class group at school. This is the parental generation in the next slide. In the parental generation, you will see that there are two green Totoros and six grey Totoros. In the second generation, you will see that there are three grey Totoros and five green Totoros. In the third generation, you will see that everything are all green Totoros. The grey Totoros were all eaten by the lion because they could not camouflage the thick forest. And this is in the next slide. This is the data for what happened in the story. We see that the amount of green Totoros has increased and the amount of grey Totoros has gone down. And the next slide you'll see that these four great Totoros managed to were chased away by the tiger and then they managed to go to the beach. This works as an periphetic speciation event. Over time, these two populations don't each recognize each other and their babies are infertile. Haha! Yes, these Totoros finally escaped from the scary tiger. The first population have muted hairy feet Totoros and the six non-hairy feet Totoros. And then the second generation, we see that there are three non-hairy feet Totoro, four non-hairy feet Totoros and four haired feet Totoros. And in the third generation, we see one non-haired feet Totoros and the rest hairy feet Totoros. In the next slide, you will see the graph of the event that happened. We see that the non-hairy feet Totoros have declined over time, whereas the haired feet Totoros have increased in number. And I have a Google Sheet link which I have grouped the data for all the graphs. I'll be sharing the link in the description box. Parental generation. Totoros are living in desert after peripatric speciation event. Out of eight Totoros, there are six fluffy and two hairless ones in the first generation. And in the second generation, we see that there are three fluffy and five hairless ones. And in the third generation, we see everything hairless ones. So this indicates that the fluffy ones could not survive in the desert because of the hot climate, because their fur was only useful for them to be in cold places, whereas it wouldn't help them being in hot places because the fur made them even more exhausted and then they would get dry so fast. And this is the graph. We see the no, haired one going up, whereas the fluffy ones are going down. This is the next slide. It is the timeline of Totoros. This is the first one is the original Totoros in forest. Then green prevailed Totoros. Speciation event occurred in moving Totoros to the beach. A Totoro's feet turned hairy to help them walk on the sand. And then Totoros moved to the desert. Totoros abandoned. This is the Totoros adaptations to finalize in the three like different types of environments. Deserts. The bad mutations in Totoro's population allowed them to survive in the heat. They they were they were adapted to reduce sweat. Hairless Totoros were reproducing because Totoros with hair were dying due to heat exhaustion. This occurred due to natural selection. Forest. The original Totoro didn't adapt to the forest because they didn't camouflage with the environment. The green Totoros made it so they could camouflage in the thick green forest. Grey Totoros were easier to spot, allowing predators to eat them. Eventually, far-changing mutation occurred and favored by Totoro population, allowing natural selection to occur and override the brown Totoro population. See, the Totoros on the beach with hair on their feet were able to walk on sand. Due to lack of support on their feet, the hairless ones were unable to walk easily. Totoros with hair pads on their feet survived better than ones without the hair pads. The haired feet helped them adapt walking on the sand. This occurred due to natural selection. The hairless died because of lack of adaptation. The haired ones started to mutate. So I hope you enjoyed listening to this presentation. Thank you. I enjoyed presenting it to all of you.